Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Decided to come on tonight here while I was feeling a little strength to talk to you about some things that have been going on in my mind. Okay, that's my mind. Okay, nobody else's. But I've been seeing some stuff that just absolutely just amazes me. There has been so much strange going on lately. And I'm just kind of wondering if anybody else sees this, or is it just me? Is it just good old Duke just kind of going nuts? Just absolutely just got to be out of his bonkers, or if it's something else. Now I think it's something else. There is so much strange stuff going on these days. It can't just be me. Can't be. You know, I can't. I just cannot figure out when I see countless things going on. I mean, countless things going on about how people um, are literally uh, seeing things or reporting things like the Dulce base in in um, one of our wonderful states here, the Dulce base, about how real it is. Or I'm seeing people that are uh, talking about how strange everything is. When they went here, they saw this. When they went there, everything they saw that. And about just how absolutely insane things are. Hey, Chris, Soul, Miss Julia, Clayton, Steve Billings, what's going on? And the Mo. Who is this guy? Oh, I don't know. Somebody strange, I'm sure. And if anybody would like to come up, then you're more than welcome to. Just let me know in the chat here, and I'll post the link for about 15 seconds. Yeah. So I'm not talking about the Cowboys. Okay. I'm just not talking about it. Okay. Moon phase. What's going on? There we go. So now that's up. But there's so much crazy stuff going on. There are forest rangers reporting some really strange stuff. There are law enforcement officers reporting really strange stuff. And the amount of video, the amount of audio there is, it's absolutely, I never seen anything, you know. And one of the most crazy things is how much people are reporting things. Here we go.
Yo, is my mic good? Hello?
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
All
can
right.
hear you.
It was a prompt that my mic wasn't working earlier.
Oh, well, it seems to be working now.
Well, that's good.
It does seem to be working now. Now I got to go back here and go ahead. Go ahead. You can. I had to be just a second here till I can go in and I can remove that little itty bit thing. There we go. Okay. So now that's gone. So, man, the number of just absolutely insane things are going on. to the point that it's getting to, is this just me? Clayton, is it just me?
Maybe. I'm joking.
Very hot. Or maybe. That's all you got to say is maybe?
I was about to say maybe, but then it's like, yeah, you got people with you. You're not alone.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's. All right. This is probably one of the biggest. That I have seen. One of the biggest. I grabbed it in case I went off it. Okay, that's cool. Hello, Miss Amy. Hey, a good evening to you all. Most evening to you all. Let me go ahead and here and go ahead and share this with you. And so you can get a check on what's going on. Hey, Cat Ninja. And then we can come back and then we can talk about this because this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane.
The code name for the program that the United States National Security Agency collects internet communications from various U.S. internet companies and stores it. The program PRISM collects stored internet communications based on demands made to internet companies under Section 702 of the FISA Amendments Act of 2008 to turn over any data that matches court-approved search keywords. Yeah. Basically, they have the right to pry wherever and whenever they want. The NSA program began in 2007 in the wake of the Bush administration, and its existence was leaked only 6 years after its start by NSA contractor Edward Snowden. He basically warned us all that mass data collection was far deeper than the public knew, resulting in it being way more criminal than legal. The disclosure was published by The Guardian and The Washington Post in 2013. The leaked documents include 41 PowerPoint slides identifying several major tech companies as participants in the PRISM program, including Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, YouTube, AOL, Skype, and Apple. Yeah, that's like the entire internet. Shortly after publication of the reports, the U.S. Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, released a statement confirming that for nearly 6 years, the government had indeed been using large internet service companies such as Facebook to collect information on foreigners outside of the U.S. And quote, defense initiative against national security threats. Yeah. Admitted it too, huh? Yeah, you really can't do that as there are kind of privacy acts and laws forbidding that. In a closed-door Senate hearing, FBI Director Robert Mueller said that Snowden's leaks had caused, quote, significant harm to our nation and our safety. And in 2013, the United States Department of Justice moved against Snowden with 2 counts of violating the Espionage Act of 1917 and theft of government property. Ha! Government property. That's funny. They then revoked his passport, and 2 days later, he flew into Moscow's international airport where Russian authorities welcomed him and eventually granted Snowden permanent residency in 2020. Traitor or hero? What do you think? Number 3, Operation High Jump. Operation
So now, what you think about that? This Project Prism. They've been collecting everything you do, everything you say, everything you type, all forms of information. They've been collecting. That's it. Now, can you say that's shocking? Can you? Is that something you can go, oh, well, yeah, I understand? What do you think, Steve? What do you think, Cat Ninja? Miss Amy? Animal? What do you think about this? Because I don't understand how they can come up with something like this when there are other laws, other rules to protect you. And they just go, so what? It's just writing on a paper. Hey, strange. Yes, that's just it. It's an invasion of privacy. But does anybody really care? I think not, because they announced it, they told you about it. What did anybody do? Anybody. Anybody. All these famous rock stars, all these famous movie people, just all these famous people out there, all these great minds, all these fantastic fantasy players, or Google, or MSN, or Yahoo, all of these different guys. And all they're doing is funneling all of your information, everything that you say through Prism. And if they get something that they like, something that hits the spot, shall we say, hits the spot, then they take it and boom, and then put it into some other community who comes down and goes, oh, well, we have this person from this place in this state who said da 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 da. And then they go and literally find out who you are, what you're all about, why you would say something like that, in what context you said something like that, and then decide whether or not to just come in your house and just raid you. Yes, strange. Or when they make apps that slowly infiltrate. Yeah. TikTok, I'm sure, is in there. Although, if it's included in Google and YouTube, then I'm sure TikTok's in there also. Fortunately, with TikTok, it's more video. Now, could they put a video in? I'm sure that they could. But text seems like the way that they could infiltrate most of the time, just because it's easy, because they're just looking for keywords. Just like if you make a website, then you need somebody who knows how to go in and put keywords in that the search engines will go, yeah, that's it, and put you higher or higher and higher into their search engines. So when you're looking for that special thing, for that special person, and you put in special stuff for special people and hit that enter button, once you hit that enter button, if they find that your website has all of these special things for special people, boom, it puts you high on the list. And then, of course, there's your standard things, standard places. That's cool, Clayton. But things like that. But the amount of stuff that's going on right now, and could it be me, is unreal. And don't think that it's just that. Like here, I've got something here. I have something here for you. Have you ever seen? I know you're going to freak on this. A baby alien? Okay, this is the kind of stuff I'm seeing. Okay, an alien baby. Okay, I know, this seems like kind of whoa, kind of out there. But I have questioned it enough to know that, man, I need to let everybody else hear and see this and tell me what's going on. Okay, this is the first thing I have ever seen. In fact, it's probably the only thing I have seen that is that's I've never seen anything like it before. But I want you to see it to tell me, am I crazy, or this has got to be fake? Okay, got to be fake. So you tell me, is there anything else that it could be?
aliens and anything extraterrestrial, so it's clear why they wouldn't want the public looking at something like this too closely. I mean, they don't let anyone in on anything happening in any of their secret bases, so it makes sense they wouldn't want us watching a video like something like this. Let's show 30 seconds of this clip, and you guys comment down below what the heck this thing is.
Now, how are you feeling? You feeling okay? You feel well? Go and get you something? Want a glass of water? We're not really getting anywhere, are we, at the moment? Are you seeing something? Is there something you see over there?
So, very clearly, that is not a human child. Now, it's possible that could be an animal of some kind, but I have no idea what type of animal looks like that. That's why, if I had to guess, we're looking at some type of alien creature. This is a really interesting find because it means that aliens might have children similar to how we have children. Obviously, we don't know the process to how this baby came about, but the idea that aliens grow like we grow. That's important information because for a long time, people have speculated on their reproductive process. To just assume that they grow like we grow would be ignorant on our part, but now this looks like some serious evidence. What I want to see, though, is a clip of this creature several years from now. What does this thing look like then? It doesn't look too threatening today, but you already know that it's going to turn into something deadly, most likely. Number 4 on this list is the dinosaurs.
Okay. So you tell me what you think about it. That's from the Apex Twins video, I believe. It's a band. Yes. Clayton Rich Life was a strange baby. Now that's some strange stuff. That's some strange stuff. Okay? And even more than that. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you. Doggone it. This is one of the things that everybody messes with me. And they say, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that you think that this is actually real." I'm like, I don't know what is and what isn't at this point because the amount of things that I'm seeing are incredible. Incredible. I mean, I never even thought that this kind of stuff existed. Okay, or could exist, possibly exist. I mean, you see your stuff in movies, you see your Predator, all this kind of stuff, but how often do you really? I mean, everybody knows the Predator, yeah, it's real scary, but it ain't real. This is fantasy land. This is movies, okay? This is nothing actually real. So, how in the world could this be real? Not this, because this is a bear.
Have you ever seen anything like this in the wild before? Well, I would sure hope not. In this trail cam capture, we get a good glimpse at what can only be described as a wolf-man hybrid, an apex predator, a dangerous creature which resembles that of what was described in an encounter known as the Beast of Bray Road in a small community near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, more specifically the town of Elkhorn. In the 1980s and 1990s, encounters of the Wolfman creature prompted newspaper reports. Could this be the beast of Bray Road? And now onto this image with little context of what appears to be a domesticated canine attacking a camera. Here is a clear backside view of a humanoid creature, but why are there no images of its face?
So see, there's some crazy stuff going on. Yes, a Sasquatch. Yes, yeah, yeah. What's up, Jesse Scott? Yeah, a werewolf. But come on, that doesn't actually happen. They don't actually exist. Then why are we getting all of these images from trail cams with that on it? I mean, I'm asking you because I'm looking at it and I'm going, no, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. You got to be kidding me. But I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, and I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing lots of it. Okay, where you're getting all these different people from all these different organizations, and so you got to be joking. Are you even saying this kind of stuff? You know, you're looking straight into a camera without laughing your ass off and tell everybody, this is what I saw. You know, it defies description. You know, it just defies description. It's kind of got me almost at some point it almost has me speechless to how many things are out there, like the Sasquatch photo. That's the back of it. Okay? That is the back of it. But at the same time, there's side versions also. And I don't know, I'm not sure what to say with it. I'm really not. Because I would have never had thought that there was anything like that. So, if you're asking, well, where's the face? Hey, Vanessa, where's the face in all of this? You know, we saw the back there. It could be a Sasquatch, but we want to see the face. Oh, well, now, see, once again, I've got what you're asking for.
We see a bizarre face look at the camera from behind some tree branches. It's a still shot from a 2017 documentary known as Discovering Bigfoot. The image is of rare clarity, revealing some of the face's wrinkles and other details. Also notice the width of the nose. And in the enhanced or brightened version of the image, we can see the whites in its eyes. What are your thoughts? Let me know.
There. What's up, AJ? So now, what is that? What's going on with that? So now we have an actual face. So you know you've got half of a face. But there are other videos, there are other photos out there that are just as real as supposedly what this is. I mean, think about it. The amount of makeup, the amount of a person going over lines and creating wrinkles and creating skin texture and creating a nose. Now, Jesse, it could be a gorilla. Very possible. I didn't really even think about that before, but when you look at a gorilla, I don't necessarily think that it quite looks like that, but it's close enough. It could be. Did you hear about the possible tax increase? I don't know where that has to do with the subject. But no, Animal, you tell me, what is the possible tax increase? Me yesterday, I fell down a rabbit hole, innocent rabbit hole, watching Muslim people on YouTube. Why Food Beauty, Chantel, officially a Muslim woman, watch a video about it. Vanessa, I don't know. That's I don't know why a Muslim woman would watch a video about watching Muslim people. What were the Muslim people doing? They're trying to set our sales tax to 30%. You're kidding. Sales tax goes from what, 8 to 9%, somewhere in that range, to 30%? For what? I would ask you, for what? And I could probably answer that question for you to a degree, to a small degree, because if you look at the statistics right now, which would be Ukraine, where military aid to Ukraine comes from. Countries pledging the most arms weapons transfers to Ukraine from January the 24th to October 3rd, 2022, in billion US dollars. Well, the United States, as of course, leads the way with $27.4 billion, not million, billion dollars from January 24th to October the 3rd. In 10 months, have donated $27.4 billion to Ukraine to fight Russia. United Kingdom has pledged 3.7 billion. Poland pledged 1.8 billion. Germany pledged 1.19 billion. Canada pledged 920 million. Norway pledged 320. Denmark did 300 million. Latvia 300 million. The Czech Republic 280 million, and Sweden $270 million. So when you're looking at that, other than us, the highest military aid from anybody but us is the United Kingdom at $3.7 billion. And we're at $27 billion. So if you ask me, that's where the money would be going to. Fupa. Once you have met Toko, you will believe anything can exist. Right? People who suffer from it are very understanding of how the world works, usually, and because of that, some minds can't take it. I would agree, Clayton. I would agree. I'm not Muslim. I'm an atheist. You're telling me you don't know nothing about food to Chantel loads of food on camera. She's converted to Islam. She's officially a Muslim woman in Kuwait. Vanessa, no, I don't. I don't, since I would officially say that I believe in God and Jesus Christ. I don't know what you call that. I don't know if you, well, that's a Christian. Okay, well, then that's what I am. I don't know what you would convert, what you would, why you would watch something like that. What is it about what she was watching that was interesting to her? She's officially a Muslim woman in Kuwait. What is it that she's watching that interests her? And why would she? You know, 30 Abrams tanks going to Ukraine is ridiculous. Well, the price of just getting them over there is kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. I don't know. "30 Abrams are old ones, like ones that were made in the Cold War." And it could be, but they've obviously, most likely, been updated. So I would imagine they're just the same as one that rolled off the line today, except for whatever's they've not been able to upgrade due to the way that they produced them back then. I would think they would be just the same, though. They would be able to fight just the same. They would be able to operate just the same as one that rolled off the line today, minus structural changes, or minus things that were done back then that they don't do now. That was an upgrade. But there's just all those things, all these things here that are coming out of the wood that I'm seeing just in my messages, just in the little things that it shows me. Hey, what's up, T? How you doing, man? But how and what is going on, and why there's so many different spots of paranormal that are happening, and why? And why is it coming out now? Why do we now find out, okay, that that there's proven there are proven things coming out of the woodwork, like for example, that they've got video of the caverns that for going from this base to that base. There are videos of it and all kinds of crazy things that were going on, and they're video of things traveling from one side of the base to another, or entries to other bases. And it's insane. Okay, like we've had something happen just recently. We had a teacher who just recently got shot by a student. Okay, and I know these days, I mean, it was crazy news when it came out, but at the same time, it wasn't just a normal situation where it was, some kid came up, some 16, 17 years old, and was failing, so he wouldn't get to play football, and his girlfriend would dump him. Okay, this was a 6-year-old. Okay, a 6-year-old. We're talking about a first grade student that comes up and shoots his teacher in the chest with a firearm. What the hell? Okay, and this bothers me because when I was 6 years old, the only thing I thought about was playing with toys, my dog, okay, and watching cartoons on Saturday. And what were we having for dinner that night that was good? Having 45 minutes when that kid was reported for having a gun several times that day, and nothing was done. Exactly. It's absolutely, I'm losing my mind over this shit. I'm serious. 6 years old. I was more into Saturday cartoons, okay, than taking a gun to school because the teacher pissed me off. So I was gonna have the last word in this shit. I'm 45. Foodie Buddy Chantal's taken off as Islam. She's converted to Muslims. She went to a mosque and took her Muslim off, and that's why she. Yeah, it is. And why did this 6-year-old kid, have have a gun and people saw it, and nobody did anything about it? Well, my friends, one of the things I have to say about that is, one of the things, Velveteen Lace. Hey, like the name. One of the things I have to say about this, I was talking with an individual who is a police officer in Los Angeles. And he said, Duke, he says, I got something to tell you. He says, right now, if you are in a state where you can legally carry a firearm, he said, I suggest you do it. He said, if you are in a state where you can carry a firearm, he said, do it. He says, because if you get into a situation where that becomes necessary, he said, you need to think about it. He says, because I doubt anybody's coming anytime soon. I said, what do you mean nobody's coming? I said, the cops are coming. He said, so you really think that a police officer who's just like you, when he's not on duty, is going to risk his life so he don't go home that night to his wife and kids for you, when he don't know you, he's never seen you before, he's never talked to you, is going to risk his life for you? He said, you're living in fantasy land. He says, because that's not going to happen. He says, not these days. He says, that's not going to happen. And I was like, whoa. And so I started thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. Unfortunately, the days of these blue carried superheroes with the little silver badges and everything, unfortunately, according to my friend in LA, those days is over. Okay, so you talk about strange? Yeah, that's a whole lot of strange. Have any of you ever thought about what you would do if somebody was banging on your door at 3 o'clock in the morning? You go to your little peephole and you see it's somebody you've never seen before, and they're banging on your door saying, open the door, let me in, let me in. What do? Are you going to open the door? And Jesse, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Apparently, that's what we all need to think about. Because if you're living your life in your house and you don't have something to protect yourself with, that's your decision. And if you don't, hey, hats off to you. You made that choice. Well, my choice, of course, is to to have something in my house to protect my family with, because of things just like he said. Yes, Vanessa, when I was 6 years old, I was playing with dolls. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was mine. I was playing with him. He was going everywhere. He was doing all this stuff. He was the military wearing superhero. He could fly. He had strength beyond normal men. He was fast as Flash. And when I was playing with him, and he was saving people, and he was doing all this just because that's what he felt he should do. That's what was right. But apparently these days, uh, living in fantasy land, that's not necessarily going to happen anymore. And it really hurt when I started thinking about that. Yeah, that those days are over. I come off as the type to play with dolls. Oh, thank you, Carlos. No, he was an action figure, but Carlos, you just do what I say, just whatever you want to say, because this is YouTube, And even no matter how much you're trying to come off as at least reasonable and intelligent, regardless of what you think about Bigfoot and aliens and werewolves and all this other kind of stuff, uh, there's always some truth. Cindy Lopez. How are you doing? Oh my goodness, it's good to see you. Very good to see you. But now, it's probably some of the best stuff out there. I have finally found the video that explains my number one best video out there with the most amazing poltergeist that you kind of have to just see to believe. Really. You kind of have to see to believe how insane it is. And this is the one. And this is the one that's going to explain how that video came about. Okay, because I didn't know that there was actually an explanation for it. Redneckzilla Shebadog Mucho Moon New. That's an interesting name there. UFO incident, could it be the Earth core? No, Redneckzilla. They said that the Earth core has stopped spinning, and so they're wondering what's going on with it. If it's going to start again, that's what I read just the other day. That they said that they believe the Earth's core has stopped spinning, and they're going to try to determine what to do about it, or to see if it's going to start spinning. Like, is it going to start spinning in the other direction, or is it going to pick up again? And they have no idea. And there's really not a lot they can really do about it because it is in the Earth's core. I mean, you're only talking about 1,000 miles deep, something like that. Yeah, it's in a state of reverse rotation. Yes. And so they're trying to discover what's going on with that. Is that why there's so many strange things out there? But anyway, I want to share this with you. And then so you can see that I finally understand now why we have the amazing video we have and how it all started. So then that brings everybody up to speed on the finest poltergeist video that I've been able to come up with that's in extreme clarity and is just one of those things you just have to see in order to believe.
Strong connection with the paranormal. They're avid collectors of rare artifacts and antiquities and display them prominently throughout their home. However, according to this next set of videos, it would seem that some of the ancient artifacts might have brought an unwanted energy into the home. In this first clip, captured by their home security system, we can see one of the residents playing some video games, when suddenly things turn a little freaky. Watching that again, a doll that's sitting inside a cabinet appears to move all on its own.
And see right there, the mouth opened.
Then several doors open and slam shut. In this next clip,
And that's what
taken
I'd be
some months
doing.
later,
I'm getting
we
the hell
see
out of
yet more
there.
strange activity. Then some more movement is captured inside one of the bedrooms. This next clip is more of a vlog-style update. The homeowner has started filming after hearing some eerie noises coming from the bathroom.
Alone, but I heard something coming from, I think it was the bathroom. It sounded like something slid or maybe like a knocking sound or something like that. It sounded creepy. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There's nobody in here, guys. It's just me. Literally just me.
As if all this activity wasn't enough, this last clip shows something truly bizarre.
Okay, and this is the video that's just rocking. Okay, this is the one that makes you go whoa. Now take your eyes right there on that little itty bitty fire truck. It's on the pool table. That's what you want to keep your eyes on right there.
Look. Watching that again, a toy truck moves on the pool table. Then it appears as though the stuffed bear flies across the room straight towards the camera. Here it is slowed down frame by frame. So is this family really haunted? Judging by the sheer amount of trinkets and artifacts placed around the home, one has to wonder whether one of the items really has brought a cursed energy into the home.
There we go. And that's Stuff gives me the yuckies. Apparently these people are collecting things, are collecting artifacts and bringing them into their home, and I guess they're selling some and keeping others. But that's where that video that I have said is the greatest video, supernatural video I can come up with. In the most clarity, and is why stuff like that happens. Mind you of the voodoo doll and the trilogy of terror. It could be. But see, if you notice, now if you look at it from just the perspective of it's fake. That last video. Okay. If the bear was flying, if that teddy bear that's on the pool table flies straight and flies straight across, you could say, yeah, that's on a fishing line, and it had another line attached to the bear. So when they wanted to, they just pulled the bear real fast, and it jumped up and flew by. But if you notice, this isn't a straight flight. The bear goes from where it's at out to the left and then back a right across the face of the camera. It doesn't make a straight line. It's almost a half circle. Oh, really, when you think about it. And that's some strange stuff. Yeah, that's the real deal. That is the real deal. In my opinion, that's truth. And that's why, yeah, you bring stuff home from garage sales, from purchasing items in estate sales, and you do that, and you bring it home. You don't know what you're bringing home with it, what's attached to it. Not today, Satan, right? There you go. Not today, Satan. Yeah, you can open a portal you may not even realize, because what? Are you able to see it? No. Our eyes are only able to go through so much. You're only able to see certain intersections of light. You can only see so much. Whereas an animal like a dog or a cat that you have, little Mr. Fuzzy or little Miss Fuzzchop, okay, can see so much more than you can. That's why sometimes you'll see your dog just pick its head up and look towards the direction of the doorway, and just kind of look. And sometimes you'll even see them tilt their head like, what the hell is that? Okay, then they're looking at something you're not able to see. Okay, and I don't know if there's something that they've made where you can see. I know they have cameras that can see in other light spectrums, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can see it. Maybe it's a pair of glasses you could wear that allow you to see in other light spectrums. Yes, cats are supposed to protect you from spiritual things. Yes, they are supposed to protect you from spiritual things. But when was the last time you had one sign a contract that say it guarantees that it's gonna? That's why witches always had cats that and got rid of mice. Yes, witches already had, but you can't always say that all witches were good. Just like you can't say all witches are bad. In my opinion, if they're a witch, they're doing something other than they should be. So they're probably not that good to have around. But Again, that part is my opinion. Merely my opinion. There are other things out there. There are things we haven't seen. That are just, man. Now let's see. Mike. Hey, heaven sent. White witch, dark witch. Exactly, exactly, Cindy. What's the difference? They doing something they shouldn't be. In that old book that's on the coffee table covered in dust. It doesn't have anything like that doing anything like that in there. Now, here's some other weird stuff that's coming out. And the reason I'm just going from place to place to place isn't because there's no concept of structure. It's simply because there's so much stuff coming out that I'm seeing that I don't understand what is it that's causing all of this to come to the surface. Because these aren't items you go to the grocery store. Hey, did you see that Wendigo footage the other night? That was pretty insane. That's not something you talk about. In your casual daily affairs. That's nothing that you would talk about in a grocery store, because most people would look at you like you're crazy. And most people, but this is the realm of what if? Could it? Is it? What's exactly out there? What do we see? What do we not see? Is it real? Is it fake? How would you reproduce this? And sometimes you're left with the determination that I don't want to say any more about it. Sometimes. Okay, like this for an example. This is going to blow your mind, but it's something you should see because it's something that's absolutely just incredible and in decent quality.
The unicorn is a legendary creature that has been described since antiquity as a beast with a single large pointed spiraling horn projected from its forehead. The unicorn was depicted in ancient seal. The unicorn is beautiful, and many people believe that this mythical creature is actually real. Not too much is known about this unicorn video because supposedly the original source has been deleted, and what we have here is the only information on this unicorn video. This may be a hoax, but many people find this video interesting to watch. Number 7. There's not too much known about this video. It has no audio, and it's definitely suspect for sure.
Now here, This is a horse. You can see it's got 3 socks on it. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th is not. So that's a horse with 3 socks. But notice the size of that horse and the size of the supposed unicorn. That's a mighty big difference.
Number 7. There's not too much known about this video. It has no audio, and it's definitely suspect for sure, but it's worth. Number 6. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is a cryptid which supposedly is a simian-like creature of American folklore that is said to inhabit forests. But now with the internet, Bigfoot is popping up everywhere. In this Bigfoot video, we hear a man with his family. And the video is titled Bigfoot Sasquatch New Sighting, Calgary, AB, Canada. The video features what looks like a Bigfoot standing on the edge of a forest. The family is trying to figure out what they're seeing. Some people believe this video is a hoax. Other people believe this video is real.
Look. Assuming that's not human. It's not a human. That face is here first, but not sure.
So is it a man dressed up in a Bigfoot costume? Or is this legitimate evidence of an actual Bigfoot sighting caught on camera? You be the judge. Number 5. A fairy is a type of mythical being or legendary creature in European folklore, a form of spirit or described as a metaphysical supernatural creature, and many people are capturing fairies on camera. This is another video of a fairy. Not too much is known about this video, but we can see the timestamp of 2007. We see what looks like a fairy flying across the camera. Videos like this, which feature fairies, are either made with computer-generated graphics, or the so-called fairy is a misidentified bug, like a dragonfly. Here's another fairy that was caught on camera in a garden in the UK as a man played with his children. Number 4. The creepy.
Okay, so what do you think? Hey, German lady. What do you think about that? That's pretty wild. You know, to have the unicorn, got your new Bigfoot, I don't know what you call it. Finding a new Bigfoot piece of photos, piece of film, or the fairies flying around in the trees. Now the fairies I can see are probably computer generation. But some of the others, I don't know. You know, that's kind of for you to decide, you know, on what's real or not real. You know, that's a fairy. But there's so much more that's out there, so much more coming from places out there that it's crazy. It really is. Yeah. The gnome videos are creepy. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. They're very creepy. Let's see here. They would be under cryptids. Okay, here's one. Here's one of the latest that I have just been drilling on for days. You know, that I got to tell you, this is the newest, creepiest one out there. Now, yeah, heaven sent, it could have been, you know, it could have been, you know, computer graphics, computer generated graphics, most likely. But this one, and Mr. T here has seen it. And I'm telling you, if this is the real, okay, and I don't know, the only way it could be is a computer generated graphic. But this was taken at 168 feet under the water in the ocean in a drilling rig where uh, where the camera was shooting, and the object that it caught on camera was, I would say right now, is probably being my scariest video that I've probably seen since I started this channel. Probably the scariest because it's possibly the most real. Okay, yeah, the most real that I could think of. So I just want to show you, get your take on it, what you think, because to me, it's spooky, and it's not even a ghost. Now, the reason that this is so spooky is this, because that's a mesosaur. Okay, a mesosaur. Now, and oh, really? Well, what's a mesosaur? Well, a mesosaur is a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur that was last known to be alive in the Cretaceous period. Oh, yeah, I'm still sharing, animal. Yeah, because this is a dinosaur that was alive during the Cretaceous period. And now all of a sudden, here it is, swimming around in the ocean, 168 feet. What the hell is a dinosaur that's a minimum of 30 feet long with the possibility of a maximum length of 60 feet? 60 feet long. Okay, doing swimming around in the ocean today. Can anybody explain this to me? Because I know that the ocean is still a wide open place that we know less about. We know more about the moon than we know about the ocean. Here on this planet, we seem to go out and come in, I guess. Okay, and it's still out there. I mean, we found the one creature, the one fish that's 100 million years old, and we found 5 of them in a little bitty cave in the ocean off of the coast of Japan. Yes, Miss Amy, there is. Yes, there is that theory that it could be a kind of dinosaur. But when you think about this, a mesosaur, you're talking about something that something that's the length of the megalodon. I mean, the megalodon, which, the super large great white shark, you know, and you're looking at this, and this is just like, whoa. Whoa. But when you're finding something like that, that's like, wow. And so if you're talking about what's out there in the ocean, think about that. Go look it up, mesosaur. Number one, you'll see that there was no no top fin, and there was a strange looking rear fin. unlike sharks. But there is a mighty strange looking. That's a mighty strange looking animal, but it's right here, and it's video, and we can't explain it. I haven't seen anybody who can explain it. You know, so again, that's swimming around in the ocean. What else is out there? Goodness. So the one thing I'll leave you with here is this.
Talks UFOs with talk show host James Corden.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. And so, you know, I think that we're people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
Mr. Obama says UFOs were actually one of the first things he asked about after taking office, but he did not say whether he thought UFOs were alien in origin. Congress will be briefed next month on recent sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena in U.S. airspace.
If I was president, that's the first thing I'd say. Can I go to Area 51 or wherever you supposedly have them?
Yes, I want to see the classified documents.
So now, when you have your own president talking about what's real, did he ask about his birth certificate? I have no idea, redneck. I have no idea. But when you get a president who's talking about, yeah, these things are real, what more do you need? Because if a U.S. president, the most powerful man in the world, says that that's real, what's not real? How can you prove it? How can you not prove it? And that's what's scary. That is what's scary.
Text message.
So that was the President of the United States saying that UFOs are definitely real. He didn't say aliens were real, but he did say that UFOs are real. And see, and now we've got this, you got to be an English doctorate in order to understand all this. But what's going on, if you noticed, oh, thank you, Clayton. Goodness. But what you've got to understand is that now they're changing all the terms. UFO is no longer UFO. Okay, now they're UAPs. Because, and here's why. Because when you see the letter UFO, what do you think? What do you think about when you see the letters UFO? First thing you think about is the little green men, right? The little aliens. UFO, you automatically go to, in your head, you will go to a picture of an alien. Yes, Clayton, that's it. Okay, that's what that term means. But when you see UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, you don't think about that. Swamp gas. But you don't think about that. The term UAP does not relate to anything, foreign or domestic. No, It doesn't relate to anything. So that way they switch to UAP because it has no other meaning behind it. Everybody associates, a lot of people associate UFO to just what Clayton said, alien. A little bitty bipedal animal with a big head, big large black eyes. That's your alien. Wearing either clothing, a jumpsuit, or whatever. But you generally see the face, you see the big head, the large black eyes, no a nose, just two little holes, and a mouth that's pretty much just a nice line across the bottom, where ours would be. UFO, boom, alien. But you hear UAP, the unidentified aerial phenomenon, that's got nothing with it. There's no term, no project, no man, woman, place, or thing associated with UAP. So that's what they're switching to. That's why they're changing the terms. And maybe it's because of what former President Obama said. UFOs are real. Well, UAPs are real. Well, that could be termed as any different thing. Aliens are nothing more than the fallen ones from the Bible. Redneck, it could be. That's your opinion, And that's just it. Everybody can have an opinion. Everybody can hear. Look at these videos and decide for themselves what they believe or what they don't believe. Are werewolves real? Well, there's video out there showing them nowadays. How do we know? We don't. Oh, there's unicorns now showing up in video. How do we know that's real? We don't. But we're seeing more videos of it. And of course, poltergeists, which is ghosts that move stuff, which I tend to think is definitely real. And then we have mesosaurs, who I never believed were alive. I didn't believe existed. Now, I believe they do. Which means there's no amount of money you can come up with that for me to get out in the water, out 30 miles out, and get in that water when I know that there's something like that exists. And I've had pretty good luck in the past, I must admit. But do you really want to bet when there's a possibility, at least there's a possibility that something like that exists and it's in that water that you are? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not doing it. You can. I'm not doing it. Not happening. Want to know what other places on the 33-degree parallel? I don't know what's on the 33-degree parallel. What else is on the 33-degree parallel? It's just like this, today I hear about that there's a girl, a little girl, about 9 years old, missing, that lives in the Great Vatican City. I guess her parents are one of the caretakers there. I mean, they're certainly not any great they're not a rich family by any means. They're not dirt poor, but they're not exactly rich. But there's a little 9-year-old girl missing. Do we hear anything about it at all? Nope. What other place is on the 33-degree parallel? Roswell, New Mexico. Now that's interesting. Roswell, New Mexico. And that is where we had our first instance where the government admitted to aliens and then 2 days later took it all back and said, oh, no, 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 it was just a weather balloon. It's okay. It's all fake. And then they go on for the next 3 months trying to prove to you that it is fake. Again, that's one of the great cover-ups, because it just never really came out. And even though they're still finding little itty bitty tiny pieces of items from the crash, they're still finding little itty bitty pieces. It's just not that large. But then when they go to find these pieces and they put them under a microscope and they try to determine what they are, they can't. Happened in 1947, same as Israel became state. Transitory was mysteriously came out of nowhere. Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's the paranormal field right there. That is paranormal. That's what it is. It's not just ghosts. It's not just aliens. It's not just werewolves. It's not just vampires. And none of that. It's a great big world out there of things like that. Of Bigfoot, of ghosts, of everything. The degrees in the paranormal field are so huge, so big. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. It's one of the true, one of the most massive amounts of thing that you can categorize in one name, one word, and it covers so much. It covers so many different things. Mount Hermon, Roswell on a 33-degree parallel. Mount Hermon is the site where angels landed. Fallen angels landed. Dead zone in Mexico is very mysterious. Yes, we've got videos of people that are flying. Okay, nothing like Superman or anything like that, but they're literally flying over cities and they can't determine who it is, and they have yet to catch an individual who apparently sits down inside of a huge city and they can't catch them. They have no idea who it is, why it is, but they see people that apparently are flying overhead of cities. They've got them on video, but they can't ever determine who it is or what it is or why that they're seeing these items. So many strange things going on in this world right now. So many strange things happen. If you keep your eyes out just on some of the news, Fox News, MSN, it's all over the place. The amount of the paranormal that is suddenly coming out of the woodwork, suddenly being exposed, that we have so much stuff, so many things to determine, so many investigations that need to occur. I don't know if we'll get them all done in just what we've had show this year. And it's only 25 days into the new year. We've had so much stuff. I may not even be alive when they just determine what's going on in the first 25 days of 2023. It's that large. There's that many things. Just keep your eyes open. Stay aware. That's the biggest thing. Stay aware of what's going on in your cities. Mostly, number one, stay aware of what's going on around you in your neighborhood. Look for things. Look for signs. You'll find it. If you're in your neighborhood and it's nice and quiet and that's the way it's remaining, then all things are good. If you're in your neighborhood and suddenly you've got a lot of things that are changing, you might want to poke your head out of the internet. Turn your computer off and go outside and from your front yard, sit down and watch and become aware of your surroundings. When you are on the internet, keep your eyes on your local channels so you can keep abreast of what's going on in the neighborhood, in your city. And then make your decisions on how you want to live your life. But always and never should you ever give up your faith. If you have a faith, stick with it. Start developing it. And that's one of the best things you can do, because it's a strange time and it's a strange place of this world that we're living in right now. Very strange. Anyway, I got to go. I'm getting tired. Love y'all. Redneck's nice to have you in. T, always a pleasure. Everyone, it's so nice that you came in. I really do appreciate everybody coming in. Miss Amy, love you to death. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe.